We ball! Y'all already know! Chill! We in this for the long haul. Guess who it is? Woo! It is Nate and Zach, and we bringing it to ya.
Dude, milestone episode.
100 plus subscribers.
Woo!
Woo!
We want to thank all those 100 subscribers.
All 12 of you that still watch.
And to the next 100, may Godspeed on watching our videos.
We will have to come up with some crazy thing to do when we reach 250, a quarter of 1,000. If you want us to do something stupid, let us know below. We are going to kick into gear here, and most of our episode is going to be about probably one of the better pay-per-views this year in my opinion.
Of the year. Probably second, if not third of the year. Second to WrestleMania, obviously.
I'd say second. I think it was definitely better than the Royal Rumble.
Now, let's just dive right into it. The main event of SummerSlam, The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. Controversy by some people's belief of how the match ended and how the match even went and everything like that.
Yeah.
First off, your thoughts on the match. You want to go ahead and rate it? To see what you got?
I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up, okay.
I thought it was 100% better than their WrestleMania match.
Now, for that's what gives me the thumbs up. I am going to go thumbs down because it was a little bit sloppy.
Oh.
It was sloppy.
But it kept your
my attention.
Kept your attention.
It felt like a big fight.
It was engaging. It was a big fight the whole entire time, from start to beginning. It slowed down maybe a little bit every once in a while, but it was still, you were on the edge of your seat the entire time.
You're not going to call this, a great match by any means.
Oh, no, it's not in the top 10 of best matches.
Even of the year.
Well, I don't know about that.
But, no, even of the year. Well, true. Even of the year. But this is one of those matches when you, search the annals of WWE history, especially on terms of what WWE considers historic.
Yeah.
This is huge, and this was a big-time match.
Definitely.
And how it happened and everything was a big-time match.
Do you think it brought it down being a rematch versus the original match?
A little bit, but not much.
I'd agree.
A little bit. Rematches are always kind of like that way, though. During the match, Undertaker ended up taking, I think it was 4 or 5 suplexes. I don't know that number for sure. But the first one he took was a belly-to-belly, and it looked like, oh, man, it looked painful.
Yeah.
He almost landed right on his neck. Another part during the match that I thought was hilarious, we talked about it being no DQ and then maybe a referee getting knocked out.
Yeah.
The referee just watched Undertaker get F5 through a table.
Yeah,
he just watched it happen.
I just feel like it was a no DQ, but nobody knows it's no DQ message.
And the ref was like, don't worry, cool. I know.
Yeah, I know. We all know what the WWE Universe wants.
It was just really, there was no counting out.
Yeah.
Once he got slammed to the table, there was no DQ. It was really weird, that they didn't even announce it being no DQ, but they did it like that.
My favorite part of the match is when Brock Lesnar sits up and starts laughing, and then Undertaker does his thing, and he mocks the shit out of him. He goes,
and it's that is the gif of the WWE wrestling internet right now.
So perfect.
It was actually pretty funny.
I felt like Undertaker was playing to the internet crowd so much.
Definitely. Get to the finish. Just to recap everyone's mind what happened, Brock puts in the Kimura lock, goes to put down Taker on the ground to start pinning him, and the ref goes 1. Well, on the other side of the ref, there's Undertaker's hand tapping out.
And then the bell rings.
I guess the ring keeper saw the tap out while the referee didn't, so he rang the bell.
If you rewatch it, I'm pretty sure the camera angle that they had and the camera angle they had on the TV,
you couldn't even tell.
You couldn't even tell.
Taker was tapping, so it was really awkward for all of us.
Yeah.
Referees standing at the timekeeper screaming him, and then behind his back, Taker gives him the low blow.
He does the low blow.
Puts in the triangle choke, the Hell's Gate.
And then the flip off, I'm not sure if that was planned or not, but
whether or not it was a little tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, it was pretty good. And then, what's your opinion on Taker actually winning the match by botch by the ref?
Yeah, and it's the first thing that came to my mind an ending like that was the Kevin Owens Sami Zayn first match where he TKO'd him. The referee just called the match. You don't really see it happen. Same thing with a submission like that. The guy just passes out and the ref immediately calls the match. It literally was flip off, pass out within a second and a half, 2 seconds. The referee calls the bell.
But
it was that MMA style ending.
I still like this finish so much more than a pin because
I
feel like that. Then you have a definitive winner.
Right.
And then if Taker would have won with a definitive win, then you definitely have to have a 3.
It's almost like the thing, they're trying to keep Brock credible, so they almost have to make Taker a heel, and then Taker has to get kind of like a heelish style win, which is not fully beating Brock, but getting the win at the same time.
This is what I told Brady. It's whenever you look at the list of tiers of wrestlers, there's S tier, there's A, B, C, D.
Right.
The only 2 people that are ever at the S are Taker and Lesnar. So how do you put one of those guys over? Because they're in their own special category.
And obviously, it sets up for the WrestleMania 32 rematch.
Yes.
It's imminent.
Yeah.
If they don't do it, it's almost a waste of time, this match.
Yeah,
so.
and I don't think we'll see Lesnar for another 2 or 3 months.
Now we'll transition into the championship match. John Cena versus Seth Rollins. An amazing match of the night. I think I'm going 2 thumbs up, by the way.
I'm going to go 2 thumbs up. I thought this match was going to suck. Honestly, I felt like...
I had mixed feelings. I knew it could be good, but I just didn't know how good it was going to be.
Exactly. I didn't know who was going to carry the match, Cena or Rollins.
And we find out that Rollins carried the hell out of that match.
See, I'm kind of split. I still think they both...
Cena was in control.
held back. Cena held back just to make Rollins look good.
True.
And I feel like them both being on the same level... You can't have a clean finish, and then when Jon Stewart comes out,
that was.
Oh man,
the Jon Stewart's interference. First of all, let me get your opinion on that. What's just your overall opinion on him interfering? The thing that happened on Raw the next night.
We'll talk about the SummerSlam match. I liked it because he didn't come out and instantly kick Seth Rollins or John Cena with the table or the chair. He didn't just instantly decide. He was like, the crowd cheered. The crowd cheered.
At the same time, it wasn't executed well. When he got in there, it got a little awkward at times because, like, people knew, like, he was taking his time not hitting Rollins. People knew he was going to attack Cena.
You still think all the beef he's had with Rollins that he's going to go for Rollins.
As soon as he went in with the chair and, like, did, like, this awkward, like, I'm going to hit you, but I'm not. And it's just, like,
and then
Cena, I think, almost missed his spot.
He throws the chair down in the corner, and then they have to go and put the chair in the right place later.
Jon Stewart messed that up.
Which was pretty funny, but I still think having...
What a crazy way to end the match,
having Jon Stewart do it, though...
was just, like...
It was...
Came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. I was telling him last night, after what happened with Amell, and we'll talk about that, and Jon Stewart... if Jon Stewart wants to appear more regularly since he's retired now,
do it! We want to see it!
We would love Jon Stewart around. It could be the greatest celebrity involvement in the history of WWE. And I think because he's a huge star right now.
Exactly. I think, and he's just retired from the Daily Show,
so he has time.
So I think if he wants to become a more
like a character,
more of a character and like appear all the time.
Not all the time, but like a part-time.
Yeah, I mean, like every 2 or 3 weeks, I feel like it would be great for WWE, and I know he would love it, being a big WWE fan that he is.
And I wanted to touch on Monday night.
Here we go.
Monday Night Raw, the return of Sting. Not a huge surprise because I expected him at SummerSlam and he didn't come out.
I didn't expect the way they did.
But the way they did it was incredible. Him lifting up the curtains, about to see Seth Rollins' statue, and it's him. Literally, it was just like a pop. Like you just like didn't even see it. It's just like boom, there was something crazy happening.
I'm gonna give a shout out to my dad because he did call that was gonna happen. I didn't think it was gonna happen.
He did. Earl, shout out to you.
Jesus Christ.
Triple H then officially announces the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match and Night of Champions.
Well, that was definitely a cool way to bring Sting back.
For those 2 nights, the championship completely had 2 awesome nights.
Definitely.
In terms, like, we'll look back on this and say, wow, the WWE Championship just literally just got a crazy elevation. Next, we'll go to one of the highlights of the night, definitely in my personal opinion, the tag team match, Stephen Amell and Neville beating Stardust and King Barrett. Wasn't a long match, which I didn't expect it was to be anyways. What was your opinion on that?
First, I just want to give a little bit of bragging moment, getting in there. It was Saturday evening. Stephen Amell is going for his photo op, and I run over to him real quick. I'm like, man, how excited are you for tomorrow night? He goes, man, I'm so freaking excited. And that's when I knew it was going to be a good match.
And it wasn't really even like, I'm excited because I get to be on TV, or excited because I get this crossover. No, he was excited because he's a wrestling fan living a dream.
I haven't seen too many like celebrity wrestling matches, but
there's not very many.
Like I'd say that definitely has to be the best one.
In terms of his solo performance, he did great. I mean, literally, he could be a professional wrestler.
Jumping off the top rope out of the ring.
That takes guts. I know you got two trusty guys right there to catch you.
So bad.
But he wanted to do it, and he had to be nervous doing it.
But he nailed it. I feel like that's probably one of the better celebrity appearances we're gonna get in a long time. Until he comes back. In terms of a guy wrestling in a match, like it might not get any better than that for a long time. And everybody online saying, "Hey, it was a slow match. It didn't last that long." What do you expect from a guy who has 2 weeks to prepare for a match?
And kills it. Like, they don't even care if the celebrity that comes in does the most minimalistic thing they could do, let alone actually get in a fucking ring.
Yeah, I mean, just the extent of what he was able to do in the ring by WWE letting him do it and him wanting to do it was incredible in my opinion. He took some stiff kicks. I know one of them looked super stiff because I think he was out of position.
You can tell Stardust didn't want to really hold back on him.
Oh, and I think Steven told him, don't hold back because I want this to look good.
Yeah, I want this to look good. Some people are bitching online about his selling and stuff like that, about how
he's had 2 weeks to prepare. Go fuck yourself.
And he actually made it look real. Like, when you sell, you don't over-exaggerate, really.
Yeah, I mean, if you put ZZ in the ring tomorrow, he's not going to do anything, and he's had a month and a half to prepare for this.
Don't want to dive too deep into it, but I want to give a big shout-out to two of my favorite performances of the night, which was Kevin Owens, especially on Saturday and Sunday, and then the New Day. They both went out and just performed out their heads. Crowds loved them. What do you think about those two groups?
I think I'm going to get the New Day first. I'm going to get to Kevin Owens. I think the New Day performed what they should have. It was awesome. Don't get me wrong.
I'm glad they won.
But that's what's expected of them. True. What I want to get into with Kevin Owens is this is his first major rivalry since John Cena. He carried the match.
Oh, he carried
the match. And
no offense to Cesaro, he did
exactly.
He wasn't
100%. No blame on Cesaro. But I think a lot of people were wondering if Kevin Owens could have a good match with somebody other than one of the best people in the ring.
Especially on Saturday night, it was a good match, but he lost, and there was doubt what was going to happen on Sunday. There was, and a lot of fans.
But I give him so much credit because I think he proved not only the WWE universe wrong, but the creative at WWE that he can face anybody, and it's still going to be a good match. And I think that's the one thing that they were worried about after facing John Cena so much, is would he be able to go out and face somebody like a Cesaro and be able to carry the match and look good still.
And my thing was, yes, someone made the decision to put him over. But my thing was, if you're Kevin Owens, you tell them, okay, if you're putting me over tonight, you will not regret it.
Yes.
Because I will make sure that me winning will make sense.
And he 100% accomplished that.
Yes. And I was actually very proud of him this weekend. I had a little bit of a doubt going into this weekend. But
especially pulling a triple header.
Seriously though. So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, good for him. Touch back on the New Day. Great win on Sunday.
It was a great win. It was a deserved win as well.
But then let's get into Monday. And let me first off, I will say this. The New Day is the best three-man group since the Shield, even over the Wyatt family. They're way more entertaining than the Wyatt family. They're amazing. They're fantastic. Then you throw in the return, in my personal opinion, the greatest tag team of all time, the Dudley Boyz, on Monday. And they have created a storm now in that tag team division. Throwing in the Dudleys. I'm assuming they're going to have a championship match at Night of Champions. What do you think of the return of the Dudleys? And then, who do you think, New Day or the Dudley Boyz? Like, pick.
I'm going to touch on New Day real quick before I get into the Dudleys. I think that they themselves have turned the crowd.
Oh, it's incredible. And it's so organic.
It's honestly been within the last 3 weeks that the crowd has been changed from New Day sucks to New Day rocks. I think it's been about 3 or 4 weeks since I really started liking the New Day, but I think it might kill their heat and their run. But now that the crowd is starting to like them.
But at the same time, what you have created is a hip. I know it sounds like a very old word, but a hip,
world star,
fresh, never been done before team. This is a team that there is nothing even close that comes close to what this team does. They're a trendy team. They're very in the now. They do a lot of, Big E last night on Raw said, on fleet.
On fleet.
That's like a hip hop thing. I mean, like, they're doing all the right thing, but then you throw in the Dudleys, and now you got something really good here.
Now touching on the Dudleys, This is the best thing you could have done for a hurting tag team division that you could have ever done.
And especially since you have such a great team in the New Day, you need to give them a threat.
And I feel like that might help the New Day since they're coming up, and the Dudleys are already established. So bringing those two together, facing for the tag team belts,
be a 3-month feud.
Is going to be something that we really haven't seen in the past few months.
The feud itself. There has not been a tag team feud that at least me personally, I've not been more anticipated for than the Dudleys and the New Day, and God knows how long. God knows how long.
I don't think ever, in my opinion. I mean, as soon as Road Dogg and Billy Gunn came back, I kind of had it with Road Dogg and Billy Gunn and the Usos.
It was okay.
It was okay, but it's not the New Day versus the Dudley Boyz, because that is just on a whole nother level of craziness.
And especially if the New Day, at the end of all of this, is looking like, a 10 times better tag team than they even are, then you're looking at, the New Day becoming the next great team in WWE history. Other than that, I just wanted to comment real quick. Congratulations to the NXT roster and what they were able to accomplish on Saturday.
Accomplishing in front of 13,000 people off.
15,000.
They upped it?
15,569.
And what was SummerSlam? 17,000 something?
15,700. So just a little bit under, which is crazy. It's just.
Well, you want to know who made that happen? Was Vince.
Was Vince?
Give 300 more seats to those people.
But great job by them. I want to say that Bayley versus Sasha Banks is the greatest women's match I've ever seen in my entire life. I will go on record saying that, and I also think it's probably one of the top 10 best matches of anything, male or female, of the year. It was a great match, fantastic match.
I think it had a great build up though.
Great build. It was the perfect storm. That crowd was great. Other than from what I understand, reading on the internet, there was some assholes in the NXT crowd.
Surprise, fucking marks.
The main comment was, "This is why we can't have nice things." Don't be an asshole in the crowd. There's nothing wrong with being a mark, but there is something wrong with being an asshole.
There's a point when becoming a mark becomes an asshole.
Yes.
And
it's a fine line, but it happens. It gets crossed.
And I understand you really like somebody, but
don't take Chris Benoit at a show.
Yeah,
come on.
That's messed up.
I think that's it. I'm good. Thank you for 100 subscribers.
Thank you. We have like 28,000 total views, which
it's great. We're loving it. Just keep telling your friends. Keep liking the videos.
Yeah. Follow us on Twitter. You'll get updates when our videos come out.
All right. Thanks for watching.